Hey everybody, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. Look, I really should be like reviewing something right now, or unboxing something, or playing with something, or showing you something cool. Um, so I'm really sorry that this is another one of those misery posts of mine. I've had another bad day. It's just gone 10:30 on Monday evening, Monday the 23rd. So it's Christmas Eve. And BBC Four, I happen to know, have just shown the 90-minute colorized version of Doctor Who and the War Games. Now, this is my favourite Doctor, Patrick Troughton. But I must admit, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm finding it really hard to care at the moment about anything. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail in a minute, but let's start. First of all, I watched the colorized version of the Daleks last year and didn't really rate it that much. And they've basically shrunk the War Games, which is 10 episodes, down into 90 minutes. Admittedly, they've colorized it, and I will watch it at some point, but I'm finding it really hard to get motivated to anything I like at the moment because of what's happening. So basically, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I was meant to be going and picking up Liz from hospital and finally bringing her home. Turns out that might not be happening, and this is an evolving situation. Firstly, I've had a number of texts from Liz today. Firstly, the antibiotics for her chest infection do not seem to have worked. So she's got an ongoing chest infection, which she thinks is getting worse. And she's having to put up with this superbug, Pseudomonas, which is the thing that put her in hospital in the first place, we think, which she just can't shake. Nothing seems to get rid of it. And it's an underlying issue she's probably just going to have to live with. She says she went for a shower this morning and had to have oxygen. So what's concerning me is the slightest bit of exertion and she has to have oxygen, which is a little bit of a worry because, she would have been sat down having this shower. I'm told she's on the most powerful antibiotics that she can get, short of needing an IV drip. Now, Holy Cross, it's basically a care home / rehab facility. They don't have their own doctors. The doctors come in a couple of times a week, and it's for rehab, physiotherapy, and long-term care of patients. There are some patients in Holy Cross who've been there more than 30 years who are very unwell and who are never going to leave hospital. So they don't have facilities like x-rays or that kind of thing. It's not a regular hospital, and they can't cope with an IV drip. So if she had to have an IV, she'd have to go back to proper hospital. So basically, we are taking this one day at a time at the moment. And as I say, it's an evolving picture. There's a few ways this could go. So first of all, the physios are going to assess her in the morning and see if this maybe was just a blip. They're going to check her endurance with a short walk. If she's okay, she might be allowed to come home tomorrow as originally planned. More likely, they'll wait until Christmas Day, and I'll go and pick her up Christmas Day. We will go to her mum's, and then basically for dinner, and then hopefully I'll bring her back home here. They'll give us 2 weeks of antibiotics. And then essentially, if at any point over those next 2 weeks she deteriorates, then I would take her back to Holy Cross. The next option is that I might be allowed to go and pick her up Christmas Day, take her to her mum's for dinner, and then take her back to the hospital. And I would possibly be able to do that without an escort, so without a nurse, without a carer, because it would be for a relatively short period of time and I've got oxygen. Of course, if worse comes to the worst, she won't be allowed to leave at all. So basically, this is another Christmas for our family that's being destroyed. In Christmas 2022, our daughter Alice was very unwell, and was basically laid up in bed for the best part of 2 weeks with extreme flu. Obviously, last year, Liz was in hospital, and this year it looks like she's going to be in hospital again. So it seems we're not allowed to have a Christmas without there being some kind of massive health concern for one of us. And this is one of the reasons I haven't been anywhere in December. I can't really afford to get an infection to bring home, which I could give to Liz, which might kill her. She's highly susceptible to respiratory infections, and that's what she's got right now. Don't know where it's come from. Possibly, well, it'll be from the hospital, right? So anyway, despite the fact I don't have any holiday left at work, I am taking tomorrow off to go and visit her anyway. And what I'm probably going to do is offset some days from next year's holiday allowance. Yeah, that's basically today's news. Like I say, I really want to be sort of doing something different than just sitting here moaning on YouTube to you guys and girls and people. It's just years just relentless. It just will not leave us alone. Another thing happened today that's making me very sad, and I'm sorry to keep banging on about this, but it's had a massive impact on me. Is there's this Spotify sort of podcasty type thing called the Library of Impossible Things, and it's basically this guy interviewing Doctor Who fans. And it turns out, I didn't know about this till today, that Siobhan did one back in October, and it's absolutely lovely because it means she's still with us in a way. It's amazing that we've got that this thing was recorded like literally a couple of months before she passed on. But the beautiful part of it is that the stuff I mentioned the other day in my tribute to her, the fact that we converse in Genesis of the Daleks quotes, she's got exactly the same things to kind of say because she mentions me, and it's really nice, and I'm really kind of touched by that. And it just makes me even more upset that I couldn't say to her how much she meant to me, and it just kind of upsets me that the last year I've had to be so focused on other stuff that I haven't been able to really engage with my friends. And I'd like to try and maybe make an effort to go to Hooverville next year in her honour, but of course it's too late because she's not going to be there with me, and I've only ever gone to Hooverville with Siobhan sort of 5 or 6 times that I've gone. So yeah, I'm sorry to keep banging on about this and the oh woe is me, but it's like this year is just absolutely relentless in just trying to destroy me, I think, and other people, my whole family basically. I've just tried going to bed. I tried going to bed at 8 o'clock and lying down, but I can't sleep. So I thought I'd come up and do an update video. Also, some buggers letting off fireworks outside. I don't know what that's all about. But look, it's Christmas Eve, right? So we're going to have another dad joke, right? And I promise you that once my personal crises are resolved, I'm going to do something more interesting in terms of blogging. I've just realised this microphone's not on, but hopefully the sound is working anyway. Right. Here we go. Today's dad joke. My local pizzeria has just made the world's largest pizza crust. I'd like to see someone top that. Thanks for watching. I'm hoping to get some more interesting content out for you guys soon. And I'll see you next time if you're still interested. If you haven't unsubscribed. Whatever. I'm just... I'm trying to put a brave face on things, but inside... I'm just destroyed. Let's have another dad joke, shall we? Let's have another dad joke. I keep doing this. We can't end the podcast, the blog like that. Vlog like that. I can't even bloody talk now. Right. Okay. Why did the drum go to bed? Because it was beat. And that's it. Goodbye.